Hey yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting top 10 most epic villains transformation in anime. Yeah, from Vinny 2. I like his channel. I like his video. He is a GOAT, everybody knows. But top 10 epic villains transformation. Well, first one is Broly. I think, what was my favorite villain transformation? Like just transformation alone? Probably like Grimjow. Yeah, like Grimjow. I felt like when he used the when he awakened his I forgot what the fuck it called, the sword. Like when he awakened his sword, I forgot his Zanpakuto. I think that's what it was. But when he awakened his second form, I feel like that's like it was so cool. And I'm not gonna lie, in Bleach, he was the only one that actually had like meaning behind his transformation. Because I didn't even get what that number 4 guy was. I forgot. I always forget his name. I just don't know how to pronounce it, but I know how to spell it. It's weird. But yeah, number 4 guy. Like he always kind of like I did not know his thing, and I really didn't know Aizen. So I think Grimjow, personally, was my favorite transformation. But that's just because Grimjow is like my favorite character on Bleach. So you know. But yeah, I think that's who I would say had like the best villain transformation. Of course, there's all the others, so we better see some new anime, some old animes, and whatever. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, and let's get right into it. Yeah, and you gotta love this movie.
We just had a video on villain team-ups, so I figured that a continuation to that seems apt. After all, there's just something very special about anime villains. It's almost a trope now that a lot of them can transform in various ways. Others go from monstrosities into handsome men and women, while others just do the opposite. Some just go straight up into Final Fantasy boss territory in terms of appearances. However, not all transformations are created equal. Some are more impactful than others.
I know that's
so
title,
today,
but I never got that far.
I'll be going through what I think are 10 of the most impactful and memorable villain transformations in anime. Alright, strap in tight, we're in for a hell of a ride.
Is weird. I started to watch JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Like it's really slow in the beginning.
JoJo has no shortage of transformations that go from cool to downright bizarre. Among them, I think that the transformation by the leader of the Pillar Men is one of the coolest ones. It checks out when you think of it. Kaz is known as the ultimate life form, and his ability as the ultimate life form allows him to take on the traits of any life form. Just as he gets fired at by the Nazis, it's Kaz who comes out on top by donning his stone mask, transforming into his most well-known form. The massacre that follows is just the icing on top. The ultimate life form has been unleashed, and this moment will forever be etched into any JoJo fan's memory as one of the pivotal turning points in battle tendency.
What's it turning into? Oh wow, you just gonna switch it before you see transformation.
You saw this coming now, didn't you? I mean, what else did you expect from a character whose entire gimmick is some sort of transmutation? Overhaul's entire shtick comes from his ability to keep transforming things with his quirk.
He didn't have the coolest one, but I did like his power behind it.
And boy, what a scary set of transformations he had as he battles our heroes. Indeed, that's the most fearsome part of Overhaul's powers. Nothing is safe from his power of reassembly, not even your quirks. He may not have the reputation or the legacy that someone like All For One had, but you'd be a fool to underestimate a supervillain.
I'm just gonna say this. All For One was not the best villain in My Hero. Literally, I don't get why people hype up that fight. I mean, it was a really good fight, but literally there was like only like 3 punches that ever happened in that fight. I'm just gonna say it. It was a really good fight, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like a goated. Like All For One is not that great of a villain, to be honest. I feel like all he was just strong, and that's just it. But I'm just like, how the hell do you not beat like he couldn't beat All Might. All Might was weakened. That makes no fucking sense. Anyway. Then with this kind of versatility, it all culminates in his ultimate transformation into his red kaiju form. He meets his end at the hands of Deku, but it sure took one hell of a chain of battles for Overhaul to be defeated. Gave us some of the best animation we've seen in the season 2. How appropriate that right after Overhaul, we have another character with a suspiciously similar gimmick in Jiggle Dyke. I never even got this far in God of High School. I just couldn't watch it. It was so weird to me, I just stopped.
Yep, two masters of transformation and assimilation back to back. While transformation works a bit differently in the God of High School universe, I think that Jegeldike's way of doing it is quite neat. I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about a person who can ascend into the realm of the gods, and he uses this angelic form to engage Jin Mori in the last stretch of the season. He dons an appearance that would put some JRPG bosses to shame with how majestic and intimidating it is. It's not so much monstrous, but there really is a sense of wonder at the form that he decides to take. Then you get to see his powers in action. Not for too long for a supposed season final boss, unfortunately. The transformation kind of fell flat because of the ease in which Jin Mori destroys him. I mean, with an appearance like that, I think he can put up a bit of a fight, don't you think so? On the other hand, rule of cool is a thing, and I don't think that anyone else in God of High School comes with a second form that looks as cool as the angelic form that Jegeldike had in the series finale.
I just couldn't watch it. Yeah, man, I've seen this, or I haven't seen it, but I saw clips of it, how he one-shot Luffy, and I just like, wow. Year 4 too.
One Piece's 912th episode gave us one hell of a transformation. We've known Kaido to be a monster of a villain, and you know what makes him even scarier? A scary transformation, of course, one that resembles a very, very intimidating blue Shenron. Just like a good villain who prides himself on power, Kaido releases some blood-curdling screams while he transforms into his dragon form. He then proceeds to emerge out of nowhere to shake fear in the hearts of all those who oppose him. The transformation was cool enough, but once you add the entrance to the mix, whoa. Seriously, with this powerful of an entrance and that mighty of a form, how could anyone stand up to him? I really don't know how anyone could beat this, honestly speaking.
Question, so how the fuck is Shank a... Shank confused me in One Piece so much, because I'm just like, how is he going up against... Like, how is he like a, what you call... How is he like a... what you call? A freaking... oh my god. Emperor. Yeah, like, how is he an emperor when you have, like, Kaido, Big Mama, Blackbeard, and I'm just like, Shanks. I'm like, what? I haven't seen any feats of Shanks so far. Like, yes, they said that he could match, like, Hawkeye, but... Like, it's weird. Like, I need something with Shank because he doesn't make any sense to me. That's it. Because I feel like Luffy could take on Shanks.
Coming up next is Ragyo from Kill La Kill. For a show with such a major focus on transformations and outlandish outfits, it's a no-brainer that the ultimate villain would be rocking such transformations of her own. We've got a lot of memorable moments,
I couldn't get
such
this
as the
far.
outfit
It was so
between
weird
the
to me.
sisters and Ragyo rocking Junketsu. However, I think that her peak transformation moment comes when she puts on her ultimate outfit, Shinra Gogetsu, donning an appearance that puts every other life fiber transformation to shame with how outlandish it looks. Ragyo terrorizes the heroes in this new form. The symbol of Ragyo's desire for world domination doesn't disappoint, as it showcased some hilariously overpowered abilities right after easily defeating even our main heroines. And even after its defeat, Ragyo still manages to use it in its space shuttle form to further her plans. The great thing about this transformation is that it happens at the end of an episode, providing one of the best cliffhangers the series has. Given how Kill La Kill has got a lot of great cliffhangers, that's saying something. I think that seeing Shinra Gogetsu is probably one of the most hyped I've been for an upcoming episode. For me to watch while we're on the topic of villains, you know who...
Oh, Madara had a cool villain too. I did like Madara villain. I mean, transformation.
For the list that he topped on this channel, I think it's a breath of fresh air seeing Madara at the midway point of the list. No one wins forever, even if you're one of the most broken villains ever created. Madara may only be 5th on the list, but I think that his transformation is a key event in the final arc, being the one moment where I thought the good guys were legitimately screwed. As if they weren't already. Well, Madara's about to make it worse. After absorbing the power of the 10 tails, Madara goes on to unleash his 6-path transformation, gaining white hair and an edgy new redesign. No wonder he had to be written out through some plot convenience.
Gotta love Madara.
I'm glad I just mentioned shonen villains that were so overpowered they had to be defeated by plot convenience.
I'm talking about, you ain't not telling... Oh, well, okay, Aizen had more plot. I understand, because he did have the Horyuku, or is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I watch it in sub, so I don't pay attention to it. Right? You know, he did have more plot towards it, so I will accept it than Grimjow, because Grimjow, he kind of, you know, didn't have, but I feel like he had more character development though. I don't know, because I feel like with Aizen, he was more smart, but then when he got the freaking powers, he just became like, I don't know, he wasn't smart anymore. He just became kind of dumb a little bit. Like, well, not dumb, but he kind of got like overpowered and just got power hungry. So that's just it. But
because up next is Aizen.
But I would definitely say he definitely does have a better transformation. It's not my favorite, but he definitely does have a better transformation than Grimjow.
Aizen, as a character, is all about transcending limits and achieving
Aizen's my
godhood
favorite
in a
villain,
sense.
though.
This in turn is
As
represented
much as I
by
hate
his
him,
constant
I love him
evolution
at
and
the same time.
transformation.
It's
Some
weird.
sort of natural selection logic, if you will. The end of the Fate Garagura town saw a minimum of 3 Aizen forms in the long battle, and I think that the best one among them is the second one. The second one? Yes, the one where he emerged out of the shell thing with a mullet and butterfly wings. I think that it ended up being his most memorable form, and it represented the perfect turning point in the battle that had largely been going in Soul Society's favor until that moment. It's just the perfect form for a being about to ascend into godhood, a cross between the image of a divine being and a human. Technically speaking, his actual final form is way more intimidating and is the stuff of nightmares, but that form just lacked the charisma that this one had.
True.
Not to mention, it barely did anything anyway. We continue on with the shonen train for our top 3 with the next contender, Broly.
Animation wise, yes, but like plot wise,
Dragon Ball's always been about transformations. It's the
know.
easiest
'Cause we
way
have
to show
seen
a
this
power
before,
up
like,
after
we've
all,
seen it
and the show's
before.
just rife with those. I can put Cell's forms on the list. I could put many boosts here. Heck, even Frieza deserves a spot. And those are just the major villains, not even getting to the minor ones. And then, of course, there's Broly. I want to give Broly the spotlight here because I feel his transformation carried a lot of impact. I mean, the same can be said for the other major villains I mentioned, but from a personal perspective, I feel like Broly elicited the strongest reactions from me. The first appearance from the old movie is already something. I mean, he's brought freaking Vegeta to his knees in fear while needing everyone's combined powers to lose. Then there's the Dragon Ball Super transformation. It's not too often that you see a villain transformation carry this much impact due to the voice acting. This is a scene that still gives me chills when I see how Broly's
the voice acting on this was top notch. I will agree.
Screams as he completes this transformation. You can tell that the heroes are screwed with how intense this moment is, and Broly didn't disappoint. 2 movies, 2 different eras, both badass and spine-chilling transformations. Broly truly knows how to make an impact.
Broly does have one of the best transformations. That's the only thing I would give about that, the first movie. What is this?
I've talked about this moment a couple of times before, but I think that Griffith completing his fall into Femto is still one of the most powerful moments and transformations in anime. Griffith has been through a lot, and during the eclipse, he finally gives in to despair and gets reborn as Femto. Femto then proceeds to do some despicable acts that pretty much encapsulates the mature themes that Berserk has been known for. The intervention of the Skull Knight prevents things from getting even worse for Guts and Casca. It's good that he manages to arrive in time, as things were looking pretty bleak back then. Despite the sad news about Miura, I'm sure that Berserk will live on with its legacy and the number of works that have been inspired by it. How it's managed to do that, I would personally say, has a lot to do with the beautiful art, character writing, and gut-wrenching developments, some of them leading to chilling transformations like this one.
Alright, man, I guess you gotta watch it to understand it. Yep, I completely agree with, I don't know why I paused it, but I completely agree with this. Completely agree with this. This was
Now, I don't think this is a surprising number 1.
Nah.
It's an easy decision to make, actually. I know mentor or big brother figure traitors are too rare in anime, but having those figures to be the most iconic enemies that kickstarted the series? Well, looks like the greatest enemy is within the ranks after all. After confiding with Eren, Reiner and Bertolt proceed to commit one of the biggest betrayals and reveals in modern anime. It's just an incredible and powerful scene. The music, the cinematography, and the voice acting are all just so perfect here. This transformation is a game changer in Attack on Titan, and that's why I place it as my number 1 villain transformation. The 2 didn't disappoint either, and the ultimate battles against them ended up being some of the most hype fights in the entire run of Attack on Titan.
Come on, let's hear it. I feel like Dog did it a little bit better.
With that, I end my list. Is there a transformation that you think I missed out?
I'd say Dub did a little bit better with it, with a lot, just a little bit. It's there, but it's like tied for me. It's like they both are kind of even with that, you know, you trainer. But it was like kind of like both there. Did they miss out on a villain? No, I feel like they got everybody. Yeah, I feel like they got every single anime, really. Like I don't feel like they missed out on anybody. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much think this was a pretty good list. I mean, I just don't like Kill la Kill because it was too weird for me. It was kind of like cartoonish and not really that much of an anime, but...
Write it down in the comment section so I can check it out. Don't forget to check out our sponsors.
Okay, well, that was it. But, hold on, let me see what the comments said. Yukurora. Yeah, that's who I was. Yeah, his transformation wasn't better than Aizen, though. Like, let's be honest with that. Well, the greatest transformation in Bleach is the debut of Chirsama. I don't know that. I felt more impactful than Madara. I will agree with that. I do feel like Obito transformation was more impactful. Just because of how much approach it took and how much it's shown like, you know, like the 10 tails, really. But Madara did had a cooler transformation and we all felt more threatened by Madara than Obito, so... I don't feel like they missed out on anybody. I feel like they got everybody from each anime. So I mean, you could add like Grimjow to it, but it's not really that important because I think he's trying to keep it with like one anime for one villain. So in that case, like I understand because he could have put like Frieza, he could have put Cell and everybody like that, but you know, you're trying to just keep it down with like one villain at a time. You don't want to like or one villain for each anime. So personally, I think this list was personally good. Like I don't got no problem with it. Me personally, I like Grimjow more than Aizen. No, I don't. Well, no, I like Aizen, but transformation wise, I like Grimjow transformation more than Aizen's. But I feel like it's just because like Grimjow was like really cool, but Aizen definitely like character development wise and I guess plot wise, it did be more impactful than Grimjow. You get what I'm saying? So, other than that, comment down below what you guys think about the list. If you think there should be any villains over here. And I catch you guys on the next video. And peace and bye.